Alright, it is the tier list. It is time. July 2025, Master Duel, let's go. Best deck, Malice. Borderline, if not already, a tier 0 format. Everyone's basically going to play this in ranked once you get, I'm going to say, past like Platinum. And boy, is it not fun. This might be one of the first times I don't hit Master just because I don't really feel like playing, because this deck is everywhere and it's not fun to play against. At least in the tier elements, tier 0 format we had, that deck was kind of fun for the mirror, but this just pain. Flu. So this is actually going to be crazy because we're going to put Flu in playable. The first time we put Flu anywhere higher than like garbage in a long time. And that is because Flu actually has a good first turn matchup against Malice. Uh, there's definitely better decks to run still, but Flu actually is seeing a little bit of play, and so I feel like it is going to be able to have the butt end of the playable tier. Uh, Gears are going to be not viable because if you are going second with Gears and trying to do your OTK against Malice, the problem is this deck has too many interrupts. You're just not going to be able to establish board or go for the Chaos Golem. It's just not going to happen. And if it does, more power to you, but it's just not playable in this format. Same with Dark World and Danger Dark World. There's just too many interrupts to play through. Once you board something, it's probably going to get bounced or banished or whatever, and you're just there's too many interrupts. Heroes. So normally I say heroes are great because of Dark Law, but we're in a format where Dark Law is actually not that great because Malice likes being banished, and this deck doesn't really have anything that can compete with Malice, in my opinion. I don't even know if I'm going to put it in playable. I actually am going to put it heroes in non-viable this format. I know a lot of people are going to get mad about that, but it's just the reality of the situation. Like, if I'm playing Malice and Dark Law's on board, I don't care. You're going to banish a card from my hand from the search effect, but like, I don't care. This is a deck that easily gets around removal. With the exception being Cash Tira. We're actually going to put Cash Tira in playable, and we're going to put above Flu. And that is because Cash Tira, if they go first and they establish a Rise Heart becomes really annoying when you're trying to play Malice against it. And Malice is going to be everywhere in the ranked format, which is why I keep mentioning it. Like, about every like 20 games or so, I'll play against one deck that is not Malice. That's the format right now. Labyrinth, I feel like you're not going to be able to really do anything with. There's just too many interrupts against Labyrinth. I feel like Lab's never going to be allowed to set anything. Lab's never going to be allowed to activate anything. If you go first and you... I know there's Eradicator. It's the other one that... not Crush Card. Deck Dev, if you get rid of everything with like 1,500 more, but I don't even know if that hurts Malice. A lot of other guys are little. I honestly don't see Labyrinth being playable right now. Dark Magician, definitely not playable right now. Way too slow, even with Primate backup. Blue Eyes, even with side deck, I'm gonna put him playable. It's not there, fam. Uh, Branded, I'm gonna put in tier 2. It can get through a lot of interrupts. It actually can sometimes beat Malice. The deck is probably one of the better rogue options at this point. Chimera, think about it, because if I summon my monster and you bounce it with Malice with like one of their interrupts, it's not really gonna hurt me. If you banish it, yes, it can hurt me, but I still have so many options, so many things I can play through with this. I feel like if I was going to run um Chimera Illusion, I actually might be able to get some games off people. It's definitely not going to be the most consistent, but I'm going to put it in 3. Uh, ABC definitely not viable. Man, I'd rather play Dark Magician. I'd rather play Dark Magician at that point. Um, DDD with the new support and the board they can pump out, they would have to go first in the coin flip. I don't think they could really beat Malice going second in the coin flip. The fact that you can basically make the old Emancipator board where you have a bajillion negates is really helpful. I'll put him next to Blue Eyes. Fiendsmith Control and Friends. So like all the Fiendsmith variants, it's still solid tier 2. You can play through a decent amount of interrupts. It's not bad. So Fire King, and I know this is gonna be surprising, but I am actually gonna put FK in playable. I'm actually gonna put above Chimera. Um, Fire King is, you can still play it. It still's pretty much at full-ish power. It hasn't lost anything. Like, it's not bad. And for everybody thinking that I'm crazy and I'm washed, go look in the TCG meta history for Malice after Malice first came onto the scene for the TCG. And there were a couple people running Fire King who actually still topped in Malice Rizal format. Like, the deck is still decent. It hasn't really lost much. Rocket Link and Dragon Link aren't viable right now. PK, good stuff's not viable right now. Oh yeah, we need an engine here. What am I doing? Okay, it's the Vroom Vroom tier, because that's the sound an engine makes, right? Uh, Adventure is an engine. Asmina is better engine than Adventure. Bysteel is probably actually even more played than the Azamina stuff, the Azamina White Forest stuff right now. So I'm actually going to put Bysteel ahead of them. You're going to see Bysteel Malice. White Forest is still a good engine. I see White Forest over Azamina in terms of the amount of cards played. Ryuji, go in the meme tier, my buddy. I love this deck. I'm sad it's bad. Striker. You'll actually see Striker sometimes as I know this is crazy, but it's happened occasionally. It's happened in the TCG. You'll sometimes see Striker and Malice together in a weird unholy union with Striker as the engine. And every time I've seen Striker, it's been Striker as the deck engine for something else. Like Striker splashed in with Tenpai, bringing us to Tenpai. It's still playable. It still does its thing. It's an okay-ish Malice matchup. I feel like I'm gonna put it better than Blue Eyes in this one. Uh, Danger as an engine, you never really see it all anymore. Dynamorphia, too slow, even going first. It's not. I don't see it. It's not happening. I'll put it. This is still better than these. This is better than that, in my opinion. There we go. Dinos, kind of same thing, same reason. Um, These guys, engine, decent engine. You'll probably see it less than Striker in this current format. Cyber Dragon, definitely bad right now, even with the contact build. They're just going to bounce Clockwork, and you're not going to be able to contact board away anyway. Runic, an engine, definitely seen more than danger. Glad Beast, even with their new support, are pretty horrible, and I'd actually rather run ABC or Dark World. Meme. Photons are a meme. Anti-meta represented by Necro Valley. It's just not viable. I've tried playing like basic Malice hate, but it's not viable. Maybe someone will cook and we'll see like an exception to the rule, but as of right now, no. So I put Mimigul way too high on the list last time. I'll put it right. I'd rather play Glad Beast. I don't know if Glad Beast are better, but I'd rather play him at this point. Horus. Yeah, right there. At Ignister, you can actually play at Ignister Malice, and they're going to get a new card eventually that makes at Ignister Malice really good. But right now, I rather just play Malice. The only reason I'm putting at Ignister in 2 is because you can play it with Malice, and also because you can make that boss monster that they can't do anything about because it's unaffected. Kaijus are still splashable. I think they're like right here. Right. Yeah, right here. Exodia is a meme. Ooh boy. Exo Sisters. Can Exo Sisters do anything right now? No, not really. And banishing is not really gonna hurt. Still rather play him over Dark World, but definitely not good. Resonators. I feel like you're gonna get disrupted too much, but I also feel like that. No, because it's a hard decision. I do feel like Malice would be pretty easily deal with these guys. I'd rather run him over Dark Magician. That's a low bar though. Um, Punk has an engine. It's like right in between Crusadia and Sky Striker. Crystron, put this way too low last time. Crystron, I'm actually going to put higher than Fiendsmith. Crystron is decently well equipped to deal with Malice. The deck is still very strong. They still basically have everything. Yeah, it's your tier 2. I'm actually going to move Tempeh down. It's still above Fire King. I feel like this is better for it. We're really going in depth this one. Primite as an engine has really fallen out of favor a lot, but you'll still see it. Cyber Angels, no one's running them as an engine anymore. Same with Invoked. Marinsis, even going first in this format with a crap ton of negates. Now I'll put it next to Flu. And I'll put Mermail right here next to Denpai. Evil Hero. Even as an engine right now, it's just kind of crap the bed. Materia Reactor, same. This deck's bad. Minkonko. But into playable. Memento. I put Memento next to Branded. Memento is actually not in the worst spot right now. And the matchup against Malice, in my experience, hasn't been that bad. Voice. We're gonna do something crazy. Voiceless Voice, welcome back to the playable tier. Kind of has an okay Malice matchup. Emancipator, no. You know what? I'm gonna put Gears over here. I'm gonna put Gears are the king of the non-viable tier today, boys. Numeron, no. You're not gonna get the field spell off, and on this format. Ritual Beast. Put him right there. Rika, no. Sharks, no. Skull Servant, king of the meme tier. Black Wings, no. Life Twin Sprite. Welcome back to playable. Tier Element. Put him right there next to Mermal. Prank Kids, nope. Rescue Ace. I'll put him right here. The new king of the non-viable tier. Thunder Dragon. No. Unchained. It's still an engine. Room Firm tier. I'm actually going to put it down here. Balmonica. No. Inzectors. No. I didn't even put them on the list. Those should have been trimmed with the rest of the things that you never see. Scent. Or you can play Scent. You don't have a good time going second, but you can do it. I'm actually going to put Under Sprite. Chain Burn. Meme. Pendulums are bad right now. Orcust is bad right now. We already did Rocket Link. Snake Eyes. Right here, second best engine of the game. You're going to see Snake Eyes slop decks pretty much. Probably is your tier 2. No, yeah, tier 2 behind Crystron's. Kind of with Beansmith. It's Beansmith, Snake Eyes slop. YuGiOh. Put it in front of Scent. Volcanic. Once again, why is this on the list? Trap Chicks. They're not viable right now. Cyverse and Friends is actually more of a good engine to Maliss right now, and you will see quite a bit of people using it as like a secondary engine to play around You Can't Banish, because a lot of people are running Lancia. Oh, I should put Lancia just in the engine or the meme list on this point. You're going to see a lot of people playing Lancia. Lancia would probably be like ahead of Primite at this point. You'd see just because of the amount of people that are playing it, that are maining it. Once again, generic Cyber slop. You're going to see a lot of access code talker and all that. These two right next to each other. And of course, Drytron is not happening right now. And then the new 10E stuff with Sword Soul. I'm putting the butt into playable. I'm going to try to play it just to have fun. I'll probably D-rank with it. Who knows? But I'm going to try playing with Sword Soul 10E. I'll get back to you guys on how it went. If I have Master with it, I'll have to post a deck list. But this is your tier list. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the chat below. And I will see you guys. Bye-bye.